Hi everyone, welcome to the channel, Bizarre Sports News. So we're going to talk about Jerome Boots Ennis versus Brian Norman Jr. Now, I've watched some videos on Brian Norman Jr. All I've got to say is that he's a come-forward pressure fighter. I don't think that he's going to beat Jerome Boots Ennis. I'm not saying he's not going to trouble him, but my personal opinion, I don't think he's going to beat him. The reason why I say that is because his footwork's okay. His hand speed, it's a bit questionable. He's got a bit of power. He's 25-0, so he's unbeaten. But I just think that Jerome Boots Ennis has all the tools in his abilities to beat him. Brian Norman Jr., the fights I've seen, he stopped a fair few opponents, but it's his reflexes, his footwork, and his hand speed that I think, on the flip side, Jerome Boots Ennis is going to trouble him with. Not just that, Jerome Boots Ennis can switch hit, and a lot of switch hitters are hard to fight, especially if you're not a switch hitter or if you're an orthodox or southpaw. If you're southpaw, I suppose it's a bit easier, because you're southpaw yourself, but it depends if you're a better southpaw than your opponent. Now, I think Jerome Boots Ennis will beat him, possibly stop him later rounds, maybe 8th round, something like that. There is a good possibility that he will, or he'll beat him on points, or he might stop him in the earlier rounds. So I'm just saying up to the 8th round, from round 1 to the 8th. To me, Brian Norman Jr. doesn't have that talent, I don't believe, to beat him. Now, if you think otherwise, then you tell me your opinions and why you think he'll beat him. This is what I like. I like to have a conversation and a debate with people. And I'll put my hands up if I'm wrong. I'm not that type of guy. I'll say if I'm wrong, if I'm wrong. So the deal is becoming closer with them two to be fighting. I believe they said November. And I think that'd be a good fight for Jerome Boots Ennis, because it's a unification in the welterweight division. He's 2 or 3 belts away from becoming undisputed, so then he can move up to 154 and maybe get a Fundora or Tim Tszyu if they've still got the belts by then, and if Crawford's still around, fight Crawford. But that's if Tim Tszyu wins the RBF Super Welterweight Division belt. Now, for me, I think Jerome Boots Ennis can go up to 160, maybe 168 at a push. So, I just ain't got much to say about Brian Norman Jr. because I just don't think he's that good enough to beat Jerome Boots Ennis. That's just my personal opinion. If he had more tools in his abilities and stuff like that, then I'd say so. But I just don't think he has. He ain't got the reflexes like Jerome Boots Ennis. He ain't got the hand speed like Jerome Boots Ennis. He hasn't got the footwork like Jerome Boots Ennis. And he certainly ain't got the ring IQ. And Jerome Boots Ennis, when he hits you with a good hook or an uppercut or whatever, you're going to be put down. He showed that against Abanesian and a few other opponents. Now, it could go the other way. I don't know, because he's never really been chin-checked. So, that's my personal opinion. I think it's a 60-40 fight. 60% Jerome Boots Ennis, 40% Brian Norman Jr. The reason why I say 40 is because he's still got a chance that he could. But my personal opinion, I don't think he will, unless he gets a lucky shot and really hurts Jerome Boots Ennis and stops him. But yeah, so you let me know what you think in the comment section down below, and like, subscribe, and please share the videos to help grow the channel. This is my passion, is boxing. Love boxing. I boxed for a bit when I was younger, but just haven't recently because of where I live. There's not really many good gyms around here. And plus, I'm fat and getting old now. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more boxing news. Peace.